That is true. It's not real until you've tweeted about it.
Exactly. So we are back. We are playing Xenogears. I can press a little button here on my end so I can see better. Everybody want to sound off while I'm clicking on things? Like, welcome yourself.
I'd rather not.
Barely started and nobody's even following instructions.
The loud one that usually talks the most is B.
My name is Abby Denton. I'm in town on vacation. Have you seen a little girl around here? I don't see any monsters.
Does it look like monsters to you? Sorry, wrong Silent Hill.
I couldn't remember any other lines from that game.
It's Fanboy Master. I cannot be stopped, and my name will never improve.
I'm still Beats. I guess I introduced myself after all.
Oh, damn.
Well,
And now Goggle Bob is the confusing one here.
Yes. I am Goggle Bob, and I am straightforward. And I'm
Kishi
trying to
might be
remember how
arriving
this shit
soon. They just
controls.
sent me a GIF, and I assume that means yes. Kishi speaks in GIF. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's impressive when you see it in real life.
Kishi is a level 10 GIF master. Very few people have obtained the giffery that Kishi has.
Is that how that's pronounced?
Okay. Yeah, it's a gift to us all. So, last week, just for the curious, I definitely got my second COVID shot and definitely went to bed at 7 p.m. But I highly recommend it regardless. And also a good night's sleep is like its own reward.
Who just showed up?
Gears.
Hey, Calscope! We didn't even...
Okay, so we're still going to be, like, imbalanced in favor of people who remember very little about this game.
I remember
Hey, Calscope, you want to drink beers with me and, like, get angry and shit?
No.
I'll drink beers, but I don't know about getting angry.
I'm always angry.
I haven't been able to follow all of these streams. Have y'all discussed the model kits they're releasing in like a month?
We have actually discussed them occasionally.
They're beautiful.
It's very strange to see those in 2021.
Yeah.
It's always very important. Wow, Babel Tower. Little on the nose, don't you think?
We've already been
It's been
there.
a while, man. We've been there before.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
I know.
It's always wonderful when they release new content for like some ancient, long beloved series, but it's the sort of shit that literally nobody can even try to will themselves into caring about, like a model
I don't
kit.
know. People like the model
How
kits. People
dare
like the
you.
robots.
I'm so excited to paint these. They keep delaying them, and every time it ruins my day. That's how excited I am.
Wait,
How dare you?
They're releasing model kits for a game that...
Yeah.
When did this come out? Let me...
Well, they did a
1998.
line of like action figures over a couple years, and like I guess those sold well enough that everyone realized, oh, people.
Let me put it out there. We're old now and have money to spend on pretending we can still capture our childhood. And so they'll sell them to us. The JRPG loving generation has fully moved into the space of, yes, you can purchase your precious moments, dolls.
Yes.
And now just the question is whether or not, like, you know, Precious Moments was just Funko Pops for a different generation.
Yeah, I
Oh, it
saw that
absolutely
discussion,
was.
and the answer is yes.
My grandmother had so many of those.
I know your grandmother was a nerd.
And we brought in an appraiser to be like, she collected these for years. How much are they worth? And it was like upwards of $10. Individually, no.
I can't pretend that these will go up in value, or even that they'll maintain their current value.
Oh, you own the ground now. Well done.
Finally. A nest egg.
You know, a lot of people complain about the platforming in this game, but frankly, You know, it's so smooth, so easy, so simple.
I can't wait for Gogglebob to put up the video one of these years of Travel Tower.
Look, not only am I
And
not
the
putting up the
fullness of
video, but I'm putting up a entire essay about executive dysfunction and why I can't put up the video. So
Trust
take
me,
that.
I have written many essays about my own executive dysfunction. I jive because I care and understand.
No, I absolutely get it, Gogglebob. Like, I still need to send out those fucking DS games. I just never make it to the fucking this post office.
Listen, anyone who has never been late for a Secret Santa gift may judge you.
So what the heck is the idea with this room? Was this terminal meant to be controlled by a robot, or
A large man
to walk
walking on
around
top
these
of
things?
it.
These are all touchscreens.
An extremely big boy.
I
There
mean,
was a race. There
The
was a
the
race
stairs
of
didn't
very
even
big
like
boys.
join that walkway, and he just sort of walked off and dropped.
well, the whole deal is the Tower of Babel is just kind of facing the wrong way. So obviously they didn't like make spaceships figure what like. They didn't make spaceships to figure that you'd be traveling in 3D space. I mean, that would be crazy. Kishi's missing Domina. Or Dominia.
They feel terrible about
I'm
that.
not convinced the Mini is a real thing.
They're on screen right now.
Mini is
Well, I
great.
got convinced. I remain unconvinced.
What's everyone's favorite elements? Mine's Talon.
Well, obviously.
Tungsten.
I like any woman who is both blind and capable of piloting a dolphin.
Heck yeah.
You actually is it piloting when it's a dolphin, or is it just steering?
I mean, it's a good question, actually. I'm going to say piloting, but I mean, I guess the dolphin's kind of staying still, so it really isn't so much steering.
Oh my god, that is a dolphin.
Did you
I'm
think
not
I
sure
would
what you
make
were
such a thing
expecting.
up?
I was playing Smash. Had this Link on the ropes until he remembered he was Link and could just press the B button forever. Before he had that realization, I had him. And I didn't.
Listen. Boxing ain't horseshoes or hand grenades. Close don't count.
I'm aware.
Poor Link.
Fuck Link! He won!
Which
Why
version
does
of
he
Link?
get the fucking pity?
Is it the cartoon or the kid?
Gogglebob over here like, oh, poor Link. No, fuck that guy!
I don't know. In Breath of the Wild, he is pretty fucked up.
It was in fact Breath of the Wild Link, but Smash is a separate entity from Breath of the Wild Link, who I love
Oh
dearly.
god, Beat's starting to have a canon debate.
Oh no, I'm not having a canon debate, motherfucker. I laid down the canon law. There is no debating this shit.
I mean, I will lay down the law that this is actually what Link sees after he dies.
Alright, sure. I'll allow it. Whatever.
This is also why Little Matt can continue to fight rather than suffer the ongoing effects of pugilistic dementia.
Wow. Like, you had to go there, didn't you? You had to take it to, like, the worst possible place.
Listen, I watched
Had to
Oxyno
do
Joe
that.
not that long ago. It's really gonna, it gets on your mind.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still need to catch the my second season of Megalobox.
Yeah, I believe episode 4 just went up.
Alright, yeah, so there's a couple episodes in now. That's enough. Check it out.
It's very, very
Fucking
good so far.
Daisy. Nope. I'm just gonna suicide out of this one. I do not need that shit in my life.
I know we've mentioned this before, but I once again need to point out the fact that for all the great sprite animations in Xenogears, nobody, despite the fact that how often
There's no
characters
sitting down.
sit in chairs, they are just like, nope, standing and then sitting. And Bart is
That
literally
would be a really
standing on the
intricate
chair.
sprite animation to make, though, so I can get it.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's actually an ergonomic decision. It's better for your back. It's all covered in perfect works.
Yeah.
Oh, finally.
Thank God.
I
I
love
missed
Maria
it.
so much. Sorry.
Sorry. I was just gonna shitpost, so no, go ahead.
Everybody apologize to each other.
I just like Maria a lot. She's cool, and the speech where she's like declaring she's like the angel of death and she's gonna kill everyone in Solaris is great. And I'm sorry I missed that bit.
No, the angel isn't the angel of death thing
happened
still
yet, I don't
coming?
think.
Yes.
Ooh.
Because we've been to Shabbat, not Solaris.
Yes.
Oh.
The
Ah,
only part,
that's a great bit.
the only
Let's
part
choose
that I
your-
was really waiting for was mad skills, and already got that, so I'm happy.
Kishi!
There's a lot of people in here.
Yeah, it's very crowded tonight.
Welcome to Xenogears Party Chat.
Discuss your favorite Xeno and Gears.
You just gotta yell really loud over everyone else if you want to say something.
And then
I
apologize
think
7
Kishi might be
times.
doomed.
Kishi, what's your favorite member of the Elements? No one has one. That's weird.
He does.
No, I said
She definitely does.
I made a shitpost and said tungsten.
I'm trying to
Johnny.
answer.
That was a good one.
Okay, Kishi, what were you gonna say?
Serafita.
Seraphita's cute.
Kishi would, of course, have an opinion here.
Like a periodic table or some
It's
shit.
actually come
I
up
know,
in previous
that's-
streams.
Well, that's great, but like you have to remember the amount of attention I'm paying.
Negative attention? Like you
It's
actively
extremely
lose
low.
track of something while looking at it.
Yes. I mean, I've already alt-tabbed away from the window. Let's not fucking kid ourselves here.
There's like a
I'm going back to
lion.
it now.
There's a lion to complement the dolphin that was here earlier. And a bird.
They're-
They're
not-
Power Rangers.
I'm not seeing a lion, and I'm seeing some dude standing on a big frisbee. And Stallone, who has bolts in her face, or really poorly drawn freckles, one or the other.
You know that was been debate for a while.
They're bolts.
That's gonna be the debate for the rest of the night.
She's a side boo.
Unless they cover it in the sequel.
It's Xenogears 2 coming
It's
2001.
coming.
Man, if the models sell well enough, who knows?
You got like 8 sequels. You got wait, no, counting them off now.
I love
You got at
the
least 6
epilogue.
sequels.
Yeah. I love the epilogue to the game where Ellie rushes in holding like a repainted super scope and says, "You guys aren't gonna believe this."
Oh my god. I love the Mario movie with all of my heart.
I would watch that sequel. Xenogears 2 the next day.
I like that you can see Maria outside of Siebzen.
Yeah, and she's
During
right up
the
top there.
events.
Absolutely
That's
not
correct
something I could see
for
on my
that
own
kind of
TV.
character.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta convince Goggle Bob to play remote control Donkey and pretend that you're playing as Mario the entire time.
For the record, this is kind of esoteric, but the Skygean pterodactyl mech looks an awful lot like the version of Pterosaur from Transformers. Which one where they got the planet keys? It was not Energon, but
I have no fucking idea what you're talking
Is that
about.
when Unicron?
yeah, definitely Unicron was deeply involved, and there was the Beast Planet, and it had like a pterosaur on it.
Wasn't, oh yeah, it was Energon, Armada. Wasn't the third one just called Unicron? No.
Was it just
Cybertron? I think I saw.
Oh, it might have been
ads for these.
Cybertron.
Oh,
that would make
Cybertron,
sense.
yeah.
I consider myself deeply blessed because anytime someone mentions Unicron, I don't think of the robot. I think of the Andrew Jackson Johal song.
Orphan Well. Oh,
I think a lot about the time that, like, late in the PS2's lifespan, they were releasing a Transformers Armada video game. And, like, it went through, like, 5 different titles in development, and it got, like, to these really complicated ones where it's, like, Transformers Armada Prelude to Energon. And then, like, eventually, by the time they released it, it was just called Transformers.
But that was the one with
Robots
what's
in
the name of the
disguise.
aircraft carrier? Like Tidal Wave or something like that?
I have no idea, dude.
Am I the only one here who's really a Transformers nerd?
I have exhausted
You are
all
awesome.
of my Transformers knowledge already.
I can tell you anything you want to know about Xenogears.
We all have
Yeah,
our
you came
different
to-
mech specializations.
You came to the wrong chats, Goggle Bob. You should have got
Wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
instead of your own video game stream.
Who said they could say anything about Xenogears? How big is the Weltall in Charles?
I can procure that information.
Procure.
Like you need to go to your sources.
She's pulling out the perfect works translation.
Yeah, this is one of those great moments in Xenogears, by the way. I don't know where exactly the lag is, but Billy, whose one skill is that he's a priest that shoots things, somehow fails at shooting a thing.
He failed to hit one of the largest targets on the fucking planet.
Trigon?
Okay, everybody pick a number and go in that order.
Well,
5.
1.
Okay,
2.
you're first. You picked 1.
Yes, Veltal is 16.3 Charles tall.
You got lucky.
I was just gonna say, he somehow missed one of the largest targets on the fucking planet. So,
My turn yet?
good job, Billy.
Yeah, I think
You
we're up
shouldn't
to
have
5.
visited. 1, 2, and 5.
That's how counting works.
So went to the oldies,
Python.
volumes 1, 2, and 5.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I think you were talking about Wolfwood from Trigon.
Oh, yeah. That one dude was a priest with guns. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm all caught up now. Not
Gun
much of
priest,
comments,
my favorite
honestly.
Western
I don't know
archetype.
why you couldn't let me squeeze that ahead of fucking, whatever being 8 Charles is tall. What's even a Charles? Charles Barkley? Charlie the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, how many round mounds of rebound are you tall?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Everyone knows you measure by Charles and charge. Come on. We've been having that standard for years.
B, I'm gonna put it out there. It didn't really matter when you made that comment, so...
Okay.
Oh, and
Did it?
weight is measured in cons.
Yes.
Like,
Isn't there a horsepower thing or something? Or do they still measure in horsepower?
wait, do they measure things in phase?
Yes, they still
dad?
measure things in horsepower.
They made everything up. It's weird. You can just
Oh,
talk
all
to a
words are
guy
made
who'll
up
geek
words.
out about all of them.
You know, it's actually kind of funny to consider that they made up all these measurement units because
Not true, actually. Onomatopoeia
What?
is not made up by humans. If you want to say onomatopoeia is made up, then we're engaging in a discussion of the nature of creation and like godly inspiration.
Xenogears would be very proud of us having that discussion.
Okay, sure.
find God in your cons.
Onomatopoeias are not, in fact, made up. They are repetitions of sound certain nature. That said, the word onomatopoeia is made up. And you can tell because look at how many syllables are in that fucking thing. That is a bad word to refer to things like boo and bark.
Onomatopoeia is a perfect construction from the heavens.
Onomatopoeia is proof we live in a world that God has abandoned.
Beach ranting is like halfway to those fucking images where it's like, don't trust numbers.
I was about to say, it sounds like a chick track is talking right now.
Why, thank you. I try very hard.
You know, we've all had a tough year, but I think we can all agree that if Xenogears 2 came out, it would reaffirm all of our faith in the Lord.
Sure.
As long as that Lord looks like Lavos for some reason.
That too, I guess.
What if a big bird was just bonking into you over and over?
I mean, haven't you experienced that every time you've gone outside? Please tell me I'm not alone.
We're not alone.
You're not alone, but you
You
might
are
want
alone.
to talk to a doctor about that bird situation.
I don't. What do you want me? What am I supposed to? What's the doctor supposed to do? Birds eat me, doctor. Good luck.
Actually, I wear an overly large coat so birds think that I am larger than I appear, so that way they don't attack me.
Does that
I don't
work?
want to rule by fear, Gogglebop.
Does it work?
Oh yeah, no, birds haven't attacked me in ages. And also, like, people keep
Birds
saying,
love it.
like, oh, Bob, you're looking so great. You appear to be very large. I'm like, that works out well.
Birds can't speak, so I think you may be lying.
No, people tell me I'm very large. The birds just fear me.
People tell you you're large?
Yes. Since I'm wearing the coat, when I
very
take it
rude.
off. It's like,
Oh.
Wow. Just left in disgust.
I like how normally the voice chat on these streams is like, like nobody's saying anything, you just hear somebody typing, and this time it's like we have to figure out an order.
Listen, our priority
that's
order.
what we got from posting a Digimon.
Yeah, there
Very
was somebody.
important things to say at each other, not to each other, at each other.
Let's talk
It's
about
true.
Mercurymon.
You posted the second best Mercurymon in the franchise.
I didn't know there was a first
The
best.
fuck is a Mercury Melon?
It's
Mercury
like
Mon.
the other one I think they
Digimon.
localized as Marukimon, but I think they both just had the same name because they like the cards and the anime
Murphymon?
were working at the same time. There's Marukimon, who's like he's got like a blue wolf head. He's cool. He's one of the like Olympic god guys.
All
was gonna
these
take your
sound
word for it.
The
incredibly
Olympus
fake.
12, who are very important to the franchise in the sense that the cards supposedly were important, but they weren't.
You might be shitposting, and I'd never be able to tell.
Yeah, like you could be lying and it would be fantastic. We would.
The 12
We'd
Digimon
never be the wiser.
deities. I thought there
The
was...
great thing about the Digimon franchise is they just didn't have any like brand management, and so no one knew what they were doing.
And see, now we're talking about
Anything-
Transformers again.
It's good.
Well, the real problem is that eventually, like, their bad brand management led me to like playing one of the PS1 games, and that game sucked total ass. So,
Oh, which one?
Digimon World 1, which was a game where you sometimes had to take like a human-looking thing to go shit in the toilet because it wouldn't
Oh,
otherwise.
that's the best one. Yeah, apparently
I hate
in
that fucking shit.
in the PS4 one, because they did a PSP one like that, where you again like not only would you have to take Angemon to go poop, he would also like proudly roar after
Yeah.
you took him to take a shit. But apparently in the PS4 one, they like humanoid ones, and like after a certain level, they stop having to poop. Which
That's
frankly removes half
horrifying.
the fun of the it removes the whole appeal of the.
I wasn't gonna say appeal, but like it raises questions.
It creates
that you would
many
rather
new
not
body
have
horror
raised.
questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I hate
What
that
level
fucking
do
game.
I have to be to no longer have to poop?
It's called being dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now we're back to religious debates.
What?
No, there's nothing
That
religious
is like,
about that
there is
one.
no theological implications of you don't
Yeah,
eat when you're
literally
dead.
zero
evolution of the
theology about
soul.
that one.
What?
Transcend
I
the
just-
earthly plane.
Can you, like talk about the silence of God like normal people?
Kishi had something to say. I want to hear.
I just can't believe this goofy plan of shooting a mirror with a laser from halfway across the earth worked.
Great plan.
You know,
Everybody loves
I'll
it.
give the
It's such a
plan
good
one
plan.
thing. It's better than Operation Enduring Freedom.
Oh God.
Can
True.
we just get political? I don't know what Operation Enduring Freedom is. I think we just got
Buddy.
political.
Yeah, we got political.
Is this some like Bush era shit? Or Obama
That
era
means
shit?
that it's
Now
still
rose-colored
current.
glasses are very off.
Wait, how far are we in? Oh shit, my sound.
How far do you want to be?
Yeah, how
I mean-
how far are we in Q1? Q1. Disc 1.
Pretty far.
Man,
Yeah,
I've been in
we're,
work meetings.
let's hop on the Zoom and discuss how far we are on Disc 1 with this project.
Listen, I will do that
That's
the
what we're
second we
doing.
start paying people. Not a moment sooner.
I am genuinely terrified by the fact that this could become our business.
I don't think we could. I don't think that anyone wants to pay for this.
We are now
Oh,
Dog Street
I would pay
brand.
for it.
I would
I got,
pay
like-
just to come on and talk about Digimon with people.
I got literally 3 patrons just for shit posting by making a shit post on a Patreon page.
Yeah, but you also like make content on a routine basis. So
Yeah, but not on Patreon.
yeah,
I forgot the fucking
at
login
that
for
point,
shit.
people just consider it like a tip jar.
Oh, well, I suppose so. Wait, are my tweets my content? That's a
Yes.
disgusting way to refer to them.
I mean, I
Too
wouldn't
late,
even,
buddy.
I wouldn't know what was happening in Batwoman without you.
It's true.
I mean, you'd be better off though. Like, I think you'd be a happier person on the whole.
Look, I just learned about how Digimon poop, okay? I can deal with Batwoman.
Remember when we made contact with the Kislev Gate while aboard the Goliath?
No.
Remember when that happened?
I do not.
Did that happen? I don't know if you're just.
I mean, Shaitan claims it happened. We didn't see it.
I mean, you could just be fucking with us. Or this could be like in Star Wars Episode 2, where they needed like to establish that we liked Obi-Wan and Anakin, so they just had to talk about some shit they maybe did. That
Episode
fucking
2
happened.
makes Episode 1 feel even more superfluous.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Look at Faye's sprite right now. Where he's
No.
clenching his fist like that.
Very odd looking.
I thought he was arm wrestling nothing.
I immediately recognized it. That's from the rock, paper, scissors minigame in Lahan at the beginning of the game.
Nice.
Hey.
Listen, that's smart asset reuse, Kishi.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
good.
Whole area around.
I would like to point out
That's
it's
what
kind
we
of
used to
nuts
do,
how
actually.
Fei is so totally into this plan after like so much of the game resisting, and now he's like, yeah, let's just use a submarine.
I
Look,
hate
submarines are
gears
cool, yeah.
and fighting.
Everybody loves submarines. I've yet to find somebody. I'm sure actually loads of people hate submarines.
I feel like people who have spent any significant degree of time in the submarine probably hate submarines.
Oh, absolutely. My friend
Denied.
Yeah?
spent. I'm not. Can we like bleep that out? Well, I used his real name, so I'm not going to use his fake name now because I don't want anybody connected to. He spent some time on submarines while in the Navy, and he said, I asked him how it was once, and he said, well, imagine you're in a tin can underwater. Oh, and also you're almost 7 feet tall.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, yes. So it was especially miserable for him.
But yeah, like everything I've ever heard about the actual operation of a submarine just makes it sound like the worst place to be in the world.
Oh yeah, it's a miserable job. Not a
Oh,
job you
it's
want to
nothing
do.
like Detroit.
Have you ever considered like floating on a giant orb and talking to people that look exactly like you but color shifted?
Yeah, every time I close my eyes.
And maybe a couple
We all
of
need
TVs
retirement
for us.
plans.
Who cares about this anyways?
Good point, Krellian.
Trellian's got this. Trellian's got it figured out.
Oh, it's the big ball TVs again.
Yeah. The TV orb.
TV orb.
I'm waiting for that to show up at like a CES in 2030.
Hey,
I mean-
do you know what the Gazelle Ministry's favorite character in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is? Mike TV.
Fuck.
Damn it! I was gonna say
Oh,
the spoiled
That-
girl who got killed by squirrels.
Wow.
What? You don't like the spoiled girl who got killed by squirrels?
Just wasn't thinking about getting killed by squirrels at the.
I hate that. Like I'm
I'm just saying,
reading
those
this and
squirrels had
understanding.
murderous intent. I know they like threw in a scene at the end where she was alive. Whatever. Rewrites.
Don't you guys just hate when the mother migrates into the anti-type?
But she isn't old enough to be the anti-type, or wait.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I honestly can't say I thought about it that much.
Even if you've been paying attention, I think that lore would have just confused you.
You know what? I believe it.
Is this the first time Emeralda is named, or is she just like the body before this? Does anybody?
I think the last time we saw her, she was just the nanomachine colony.
Yeah.
Wait, she's Jesse the Body Ventura?
Yes.
Fellas, we've all found ourselves locked in a life and death struggle against our nanomachine children.
Have we?
Yeah. It was like just.
Okay,
Did you not?
Yeah, no, I guess I'm missing some stuff in my life before
All my-
I can be a full
All my
person.
children were created the old-fashioned way, with cloning.
You know, in the old days, this memory card filled with Xenogears save files would have cost about $30.
Yeah. Well, unless did anybody else have the one ridiculous memory card that had like it had like an actual little tab that you moved up and down on it, so there were 4 different memory cards on the memory card.
I never
That
owned the
sounds
PlayStation
extremely
1.
useful.
It was. It was useful, save for the fact that like it was built like terribly, so it only lasted like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had my brother got one of those like third-party like big memory cards, and then like I just observed as like it constantly corrupted shit or
Yep.
just didn't work.
Yep.
Felt like I dodged a bullet.
And I also definitely had one of the cheap memory cards, which is just regular memory card sized, but its big problem was the fact that if you put it in the PlayStation, I swear it took like 3 pairs of tweezers and an awful lot of prying to get it out of there. Like it was just built big enough that it would go in there and it would work, but if you ever wanted to take it out, you would probably be better off just buying a new PlayStation.
I've ranted about this before, but it's still the funniest thing ever. I had a friend who had a third-party memory card for PlayStation. For some reason, FF8 thought it was a Pocket Station.
Huh.
That's awesome.
And that was amusing because it meant that we saw, for one brief glorious moment, that they had translated the Pocket Station minigame tutorial text. But,
Nothing more.
you know, obviously it wasn't actually a Pocket Station, so you couldn't actually load anything onto it. But
Aww.
we got to see the tutorial text for Chocobo World.
I mean, I gotta say that the VMU back in the day was just super exciting to me.
Not me, I had already used a Tamagotchi and thought those sucked, so...
I mean, like,
But it
I was all about Chow Garden.
Heck yeah.
could interact with real video games.
I love
Yeah,
that,
it's-
like... Okay.
No, I'm done.
Okay. I love that the... What?
Exactly.
Sorry.
It's okay, you can talk now.
I was just gonna say that I
But what I
love
mean
that
to
the...
say is...
Okay.
Not cool.
No, I'm done being an asshole now, Sam. So you can continue. I promise this time. Fingers crossed. Cross my heart, hope to die. Not fingers crossed. I promise.
Oh,
I was just gonna say that I really love that the Dreamcast controller's entire design was built around making sure you could see the VMU screen. But like within 2 years before the Dreamcast had even died, they had already made controllers that didn't have screens on them, so they could put more memory in them and manufacture them cheaper.
wait, were they official controllers or third party?
Yeah.
They were.
No, these were official like memory card 4X, like paid for advertising. You can keep more than one Phantasy Star Online character on this.
Now that I'm thinking of the Dreamcast, is there any online virtual on? Would that have to be through emulation?
I think it,
That was not officially offered on Dreamcast, I don't believe.
Is there
Shit,
a
though.
Dreamcast emulator with rollback?
Definitely not that. Bro, we played on Fightcade trying to make that work.
Oh, well, I wasn't part of that because I was trying to keep everybody playing Super Turbo.
Yeah, we were playing like Marvel, and that shit didn't work. Good luck with Moot.
Oratorio Tangram.
Yeah. You know, the most beloved of the virtual on games.
does anyone know what the Xenogears measurement of speed is?
Repsols.
Yeah.
Fast.
You
It's gonna be
know
like-
what
it's
a
gonna be
measure
like
of
a-
time is?
Clicks.
It's like Jeopardy for Kishi, dude.
I love this. I didn't even remember Cytols. Why?
Why not?
I not.
The Weltal's frame durability is listed as 260. What does that measure exactly?
Clearly 260.
260 durabilities.
Sub-generator output, 400.
Also measured in durabilities.
I'll take it. Ether response, 43.5. Oh, the 0.5 really helps clarify things.
Durabilities.
I'm glad they were precise.
You just like,
Gogglebog, did you ever play the card minigame here on the Thames?
you know, I did while nobody was watching, but I did not play it like for realsies because I think I talked to the wrong guy while I was trying to upgrade my gear.
This is another bit where he does that, the rock, paper, scissors animation.
Like just
I
jumping around and playing cards.
I seem to remember it had a very satisfying sort of reaction to your motions, you know, like the joy of pressing buttons. That Nintendo stuff. Whatever the term for that is.
I believe it's called gaming.
Haptic? Yes.
And I think the card game was the only part of the game that some characters that have voice actors only exist for, like, saying, like, huh, in the middle of the card game.
Yeah, I want to say there's, like, the cutting room floor has, like, files for Margie, too.
Really?
Which, like, you can't unearth in actual gameplay because they never put her in the game. Maybe I imagined that. That might just be wishful thinking on my part.
No, it doesn't even seem that surprising. I'd believe it.
Yep.
I'm looking at the memory card
I love
4X,
that
and I love how
giant
janky it is. Okay.
That giant knife is great.
Big knife.
Knife, man.
But no, the memory- The memory card 4X is designed exactly like a shitty off-brand memory card in that it's split into 4 pages that you have to page through every time you turn the system on.
Damn.
Also, there's a handful of games it straight up doesn't work with.
Well, that sounds annoying. Yeah, I'm trying to think, was there, like, a best use of the VMU screen anywhere on, like, the Dreamcast? Like, because all I could...
I mean, Chow Garden's probably the most useful anyone got out of it.
You can actually
Arcadia had like a radar thing.
You can actually play several games entirely on the VMU, which is
Oh,
hilarious.
That's hilarious, but it's not actually a good use of it.
Oh no, it's a terrible use of it, but it's hilarious.
In
Guys,
Code
Arcadia had
Veronica,
like a radar thing.
Yeah, it beeps in Skies of Arcadia. It does that. It does that in a lot of games. Basically, it's just that, hey, we have a little speaker. We can give a little indication that's not coming from the TV. How cute is that?
Yeah,
And it is cute. It's cute as hell.
What was that one beat 'em up? That the one from Sega, the sequel to Die
Probably
Hard.
Dynamite Cop.
Yeah, Dynamite
Dynamite
Cop. That
Dynamite
one
Cop, yeah.
lets you. I remember if you're in a room where there's a secret, it will beep at you.
Huh.
It's also the
You were gonna
greatest
say,
like
Kiki?
15 minutes of all time.
in Code Veronica, you can see your character's EKG on the little screen, so you can monitor your health without going into the menu.
It's actually a huge benefit if you've played a lot of Resident Evil. Yeah, I just want Sega to make like a Dynamite Cop collection for fucking everything.
Hi,
They
Gene.
already have. Say what?
I said
Oh.
hi to Jeannie.
Is she...
Oh, hey,
Hi,
Gene.
Gene.
Hi. The chat is active.
Chat is active.
Yeah,
One more
it's
thing to pay
brimming.
attention to.
Brimming with activity.
Running with activity. A kind hello.
All kinds of
Dynamite
kappas.
Dynamite cap, whatever.
No pog champs because they banned that, but
Thank God.
So I'm really appreciating the list of like incompatible and weirdly compatible memory card 4X titles, because like this was such a like half thing that Sega was working to try to make function. And so like a bunch of games don't work, about 12 or so. Everything from fucking Rayman 2 to Spawn in the Demon Hand. Some games only kind of work, and some of them only kind of work in very strange ways, such as Napple Tale, which requires a VMU to be in the other slot, but will work fine otherwise.
What? It needs to be in slot 2?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even matter which slot it's in. If you're trying to save to the memory card 4X, you just have to have a VMU in the other slot.
Of course. So I guess it has, like, was this some sort of anti-piracy thing, maybe? That I was trying to detect that it was there?
I don't know, but it doesn't make a lot of sense.
what game is that save icon from?
That's
Oh,
the
yes.
quiz of the night.
I didn't get the chance to look at it.
I will inevitably be saving again.
Goggle Bob, will you just say what it is for Kishi's sake? Kishi's a good, nice person, unlike me.
The hint is that there's a 4 in it.
There's a big 4 in a circle.
Would you say it's a circle, or would you say it's a bubble?
Oh no.
Puzzle Bubble 4?
Close.
Why are we playing that?
But just to have something on the memory card and something I have handy. But yeah, not Bubble Bobble for him, but
You said Puzzle Bobble.
oh, okay, I thought you said Bubble Bobble.
Yeah, no, there's Puzzle Bubble 4, there's some dispute as to what game that is.
It's Rainbow Island too.
I just know Puzzle Bobble 4 is the one where they added all those comeback mechanics.
That make the game a nightmare.
Which is actually kind of the reason I have it on the PS3, was because like I actually kind of enjoyed playing it with some of my friends back in the day on PS2, I guess it was? No, PS1, excuse me.
Yeah, it was PS1. Yeah.
I think I played it on PS2 the most.
Oh, yeah. I'm remembering,
It is warm
The other-
in this room I'm in, so I'm going to move to a different room. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
I'm remembering
Got it.
the other series that went by the name Bust-A-Move in some territories. I was forcibly reminded of the PS2 game Dance Summit 2001, and how much I love anything that, like, goes by a year in its title, in the case where the last entry is the first time they gave it a year number.
Well,
There
they're
are no more
obviously-
Bust-A-Groove games.
It's like planning
They were
ahead
looking
for-
forward. They were looking forward to a future in which it was a yearly franchise, like an EA game.
Everyone's ready for Bust-A-Groove Dance Summit 2002.
Silver was.
Yeah. If you're hungry, simply line up at the end. Come on, people, gather round. We got everything you want from all around.
So one time I was playing Puzzle Bobble 4 against Mars, and she had me on the ropes. It was that situation where the bubbles are all the way down to the bottom. They're about to cross the line, and they're all shaking really fast. You know, as soon as you take your next move, you're gonna die. So there's nothing I could do, so I made a move, and something happened, and there was a huge chain reaction, and I instantly won the match.
Which is why Puzzle
Something
Bobble
happened.
4 might be a problem.
And I have no idea what happened.
Yeah,
And
there's definitely.
having won, being the victor, I immediately said this game's stupid.
That's why we love you, Kishi.
For bubble skills?
No,
Bubbles.
being the kind of gracious one that's like, I won, but it's stupid as that.
My internet cut out for a moment there. Can you guys all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Really
What kind
weird.
of sandwich
It just
did you
suddenly
make?
vanished entirely. I didn't make a sandwich. I grabbed the beer though.
Okay.
That's like a sandwich.
Did you beat another link on the way through the house?
No, just moved around.
Beer's just bread
Actually,
that
left
you
my
drink.
Switch in the other room. I couldn't
Yeah.
beat a link if I wanted to. And I do want to. But I will focus on Xenogears, which has... I need to reload the page on because my internet died for a second.
Your internet was a cow. The cow.
Yep. Yeah, no argument.
So for those of you paying attention, last week 2 weeks ago I suppose, Bart obtained a legendary Omni Gear, and this week we have retrofitted it so it can go underwater because I guess it didn't have that functionality? I don't know.
It backfired terribly the last time they tried going underwater. Fei went nuts and tried to kill everyone.
Well, there was that, but now Bart
Whoa,
got
no.
his whole new robot.
That was Id, a totally different character.
Oh yeah. It's weird they never explore that guy's backstory.
He just never comes up again. I guess
Yeah,
they must have got the rest of it. It's like Siegfried.
I'm not certain I was ready for a 3D Xenogears dungeon. We'll see what happens here.
Was
I thought they were all 3D.
No, this one is like, as opposed to just walking around on the ground, you can swim, and you can't see it, but I'm using air quotes. But you can
Air
swim
quotes.
by jumping a lot. So effectively, it's like a dungeon in 3 dimensions.
I see.
It's almost like they designed mechanics so that way your stupid robots can fly, but they were cowards and they're only using it here.
Love to go on the depot.
I mean, as 3D as it is, this dungeon is pretty much a straight line. It just branches a few times.
That was nice.
Oh, like Mufasa.
What?
A straight lion.
Okay, there you go. Took a minute.
I think I'm actually upset about that one. Yeah.
Well, Scar has been
I'm
assured up and
upset about
down
that one.
by hundreds of people who think it's like a clever insight that Scar is queer-coded. So, you know, Mufasa,
Oh, okay.
at least he's coded straight. Perhaps Mufasa was bi, we don't know for sure. I don't want to assert, because if there's one thing that is dangerous, it's making Disney fans unhappy.
Do that literal. I go out of
Despite
my
the fact
way.
that they're all literal
to try this
children
off.
who I
Oh.
have no patience for.
I do have to say, you know,
Beat is Mickey's #1 enemy. Or
I
rather,
will
Mickey is
literally
Beat's
break
#1
them in
enemy.
half.
Disney hate aside, musically enough, the concept of the gay and straight line actually reminded me. Our local zoo has a camel that everyone for years assumed was a gigantic jerk because they kept bringing a mate into its pen and the camel would like chase them away and like be antisocial and like it was like a known thing for some of the people locally who like the zoo and everything. And then they decided that rather than keep giving the camel a mate, they give it a male friend. And now the camel totally loves the male friend, so it's pretty clear we have a gay camel at the zoo.
All right. Neat.
So it's kind of amusing, and the camel's just like, okay, cool, finally, I got somebody I can hang out with. And they just, you know, they sit around drinking beers and watching football and stuff, but it's like we got a gay camel.
That's why you need to kill heteronormative. Team.
Yes, exactly. They kept trying to give it a mate, and it was like, no.
Sorry, not interested.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what was happening.
I like that in theory this is the one dungeon in the game where you're able to swim around. But because it's only for like 2 screens, they didn't bother to animate anything.
You're just jumping.
Yeah. One thing I
Yes.
like about this game is you're able to go into the giant robots and then go out and sort of do stuff at human scale. And you really sort of get the impression that there's no case too big, no case too
Oh,
small.
no.
If you need help, just call Fei Wong. Xenogears. Fei Wong.
His full name,
That's
Fei
the
Wong.
catchiest song. It's so good.
I don't know what's happening here, and
I think you know exactly.
Piloting his gear to kill the bad guys. Da, 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 da. So Xenogears. Such a great game. So Xenogears. Such a great game.
I'm being notified that we've been
I don't know how
demonetized
to
by
stop
Disney.
this.
I
This
used to
wasn't
get
gonna
really-
make money in Unity.
I'm currently imagining a universe where there's, instead of the Disney afternoon we had the Squaresoft afternoon. Somehow I turned it completely around. Fuck it, I'm just going to refill my gears.
oh my god, that's actually amazing. Like, can you imagine it?
Yeah,
Like, if you had a
Like it was
Just
like
It
the
was just
lineup.
a D&D cartoon over and over.
Like,
Yeah.
you get home at 3 o'clock and there's the Final Fantasy VII cartoon, and then after that there's like, I don't know.
I'm just imagining
Guys.
like the most like safe as fuck Final Fantasy VII cartoon where like Cloud's basically Leonardo from the 1989 show.
Actually,
Barrett's
come
like
to
the
think
one
of
who's
it-
always Barrett's like the one who's always looking directly into the camera and making a stupid joke.
And everyone goes, Barrett.
Barrett, yeah.
What does he have instead of a gun for a hand? Because I mean, like that boxing glove weapon makes perfect sense.
Literally
Yeah, no,
just a big
glove.
boxing glove. He's not even like an amputee. He just like has a big boxing glove on one hand at all times.
It's just glued on.
I like to imagine that where the Avalanche team never dies, and so the cast is always just like a little bit bigger than like the show could reasonably hold.
They just get to show up like once every 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Jesse. How's everybody doing, Jesse?
We missed you.
Jesse Raspberry.
Yeah.
Sephiroth's like, I hate that accursed avalanche.
Why is he vaguely Italian?
I need
Why
Eric
wouldn't
to
he?
give me a big kiss.
Voiced by Alan Oppenheimer.
That's my theory.
Very
Is
safe.
that 80s and 90s cartoons, a kiss was like it had like a capitalist like function, like there was some sort of a monetary value. But when I try to find like examples of this to put into my doctoral thesis, I can't find any, and then everyone looks at me like I'm nuts.
That's because
But I'm
Kiss
not
has never had monetary value, just sentimental value. Turns out all of those villains were great romantics.
You know, I
I'm just
asked my economics professor about it, and he said, "You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss."
Can't even get
A
through
kiss
that
is
one.
priceless and therefore it's worthless.
all I'm thinking about now is like President Shinra's Krang.
Oh. Have we discussed the lore explanation for Choo Choo fighting?
No. President Shinra
Vaguely.
is okay. Obviously, Rito and Ruta Rocksteady and Bebop. There's no debating that. They're already
Yeah.
Rocksteady and Bebop. But I'm thinking President Shinra just barely ever appears. He's like a one-off villain or like a greater scope villain or something. Like just for season finales and stuff. Genova is Krang.
Oh,
Just
that
like-
worked
That's good.
perfectly.
He's just in his tube all the time, shouting at Shredder Sephiroth, "Why don't I have a body yet?" Stuff like that.
No, it would perfectly fit with the game for Genova to be riding around in a robot
Yeah.
body that looks like Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Oh!
Damn you,
there go.
Sharpa.
Okay, so that's the first show on the Final Fantasy or the Square afternoon. What's the next show?
Shit, I mean, do we even need another one? We already killed it.
When's the new?
Okay, there'll be Chrono Trigger, which would just be like a wacky time travel hijinks show, obviously.
No, absolutely.
Like literally just every single episode they'd like, I don't know, accidentally prevent the Declaration of Independence from getting signed or some other like inoffensive in the 90s and super offensive today shit.
I'll tell you why I'm in love with this premise is because of the idea that it's not only are they traveling through like real human history, but they're also visiting like Guardia and stuff, and they never acknowledge that these are completely incompatible timelines.
Oh yeah. Like one episode they'll meet Abe Lincoln, and then they'll
I was
go
gonna
back
say.
to like
Fighting
their
little demon
constitutional
dude?
monarchy
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck they live in.
It would be strangely America-centric.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
So
gotta
it
say President
would
Lincoln.
get the Toriyama art. It would all be like, what's his
It
name?
would
mean,
look like the
could
Mega
be,
Man
yeah, they
cartoon
would have
where like the
to-
first. It would look like the Mega Man cartoon where like the opening is very clearly like Japanese inspired and like drawn, and then everything else is like trying not to acknowledge that, making everyone uncomfortably buff.
So it would have like a really sick intro, like totally Dragon Ball Z styled intro, and then
Yeah.
the rest of it would just be like the most inoffensive, whatever like animation studio they could farm it out to this week shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
The theme song would be Yasunori Mitsuda covers Let's Do the Time Warp Again.
Oh, fuck.
And also, somebody didn't get the memo, and Luca inexplicably is male because they were just like, oh, scientist person. Yeah, okay, that's a dude, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
What's his name? Lucas?
Character design is
Yeah,
barely
Lucas.
changed, but he's always wearing a lab coat.
Wearing a lab coat and then that hat, they're just like, oh, he's just got long hair.
Lucas
Yeah.
and his little buddy Robo.
Oh,
My
man.
girlfriend and I are obsessed with that lady from the Ninja Turtles, the first cartoon, who's always hanging out with April, who's always like, oh, if only I could get a date. We're obsessed with her. And I like to imagine
Like
that that's
Irma or
the
something?
voice. Irma, yeah.
You're thinking of
I like to
Irma.
imagine that's the voice and the personality that they would give Robo.
Absolutely, 100%.
Look at this little buddy that
Yeah,
you
he
just
sort of slammed this man. Why?
You don't deserve to live. Goodbye.
He was on
I
a
love it, the
scientific
early
expedition to
dungeon.
the bottom of the sea.
All right. I've already figured out what our third Square Enix Afternoons show is going to be. It's Xenogears.
Oh, what inspired you?
Yes.
She got.
But Fei Wong is played by the same celebrity voice actor that does Bart Simpson. I don't remember her name.
Ooh.
Nancy Cartwright.
Right, yes.
I thought you were gonna say the
So it's literally just little Fei, that little scamp running around, whatever the fuck giant airship it is, fucking shit up, and like learning valuable lessons at the end of each day.
It always ends with, I hate gears and fighting.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the dude that played animated Jackie Chan, and then she taught me played by Jackie Chan's uncle.
That
It
would
is
actually
super
work
fucked
really
up that
well.
they gave. It is super fucked up that they gave Jackie Chan a fictional niece.
Like,
just
just I
noticed.
love. Okay.
I just noticed Maria is still standing on top of Siebzen under like 30,000 pounds of pressure.
Maria's
She is strong.
invincible, basically.
It's a very well-made robot.
But she's outside of the robot.
I love how they set that up for so long, and then it's just normal.
Yeah, like just the concept of the celebrity vanity cartoon has always been very strange to me, and I love looking through like the ones based off of like celebrities no one cares about anymore and hasn't for decades, or just like they clearly couldn't get anyone to give a shit about. So like your Pro Stars and your like Bruno the Kids and shit.
And then we all play Baby's Super Nintendo.
Oh
Okay,
no.
here's my pitch. Here's my
Adult
pitch.
Swim did that with no bullshit. Mike Tyson, like as a
Yeah, they were just doing the Muhammad Ali show basically.
yeah, but like
Mike
they really
Tyson
shouldn't
history.
have. 'Cause it's
Oh,
Mike
they really
fucking
shouldn't
Tyson.
have.
No, they really shouldn't have.
Remember Camp Candy?
I try not
I
to.
liked Camp Candy.
R.I.P.
Remember
John
Andre
Candy.
3000?
Is that class of 3000?
Yes. I don't know why they did that. To this day, I
Why
have
not?
no idea.
Who gives a shit? Why not?
Dude from
Here's my
Outcast
pitch.
wants a cartoon. All right, sure. Why
What were
the
you
fuck
gonna say?
not?
My pitch for a show that I think actually should exist is Akitoshi Kawazu, the guy who did the Saga games.
Oh yes,
Oh,
I'm
God.
on this.
They
You need to
do
get wheels on
a
one of these
cartoon
calls.
adaptation of
You
that,
get-
but to really emulate the randomness of every Saga game, every single episode is made by a completely different studio who has no contact with any of the other ones. But it's
So
still
basically just any 90s cartoon.
Yeah, basically.
The serialized story would throw things. That would be fun.
What about making a show out of the world of Final Fantasy?
I
Never.
mean, that one was just dying to become a show. Like,
That game wants to be a Pokemon anime.
Has anyone
This
here
week
ever
we
read
got-
the Brazilian
just like
Mega
every
Man
just
comic?
like every single week would be
Yes.
a new
So the
episode.
Brazilian Mega Man comic is terrifying.
It's okay. So the story of how they made it was like they wouldn't just hire one guy to draw it for a month. they would just take whoever submitted a manuscript first, and there were basically two artists who were like in conflict, and both of them like one of them loved X and the other one loved Roll and hated X, and so every single successive issue, like, they'd kill or injure one of them, and then the other one would be like, I'm gonna be the main character now. And then the other one would
Main
take over.
character now.
Also,
It's
the one who
amazing.
loved Roll was unsettlingly horny the entire
He's
time.
naked the whole comic. It's amazing.
Unsettling.
Roll's like 9. How?
Yeah.
Not
Well,
in that comic.
he's drawn a lot
Why would-
more than 9.
No, I don't
I
want
mean,
to
he
know.
might still be 9, but
We don't know.
yeah. I don't know the laws in that country.
I don't know the laws for robots.
Yes. I've been asking the
Turns
Supreme
out there
Court to
aren't
make
any
a
laws
ruling.
for robots. There are no rights under robot law.
Your Roomba has no rights under robots.
Good. I hate that fucking thing.
Rude. Also, Weltall looks like it's not doing so great.
Yeah, I was about to say, they just all decide to attack Fei.
It's the most incredible robot ever created.
This is going poorly.
It's kind of a bad thing to have happen immediately before getting to the gate.
Yeah, no, it's like, do I have any recourse
For some
in
reason,
reviving
you
it?
saying it's the most incredible robot ever created just made me think of those old Spider-Man comic edits where he just shouts, "I am best man, the best superhero ever!"
Whammo!
Spider-Man gives chase!
Do I have
That
like...
guy wrote Left 4 Dead, right? Or wrote on it?
So wait, is my gears just still dead, or is it like 1? I'm afraid to get
Your
into
gear
a
was
room
never
rate.
alive.
What does the gear menu say?
That's what's gonna matter.
HP.
Now see, this is why you
That
gotta be
doesn't seem
using
accurate.
Choo-Choo, because Choo-Choo can heal gears.
It's true.
Wait, Choo-Choo can heal gears?
Yes, that's
The
like
most powerful
Anything
it's
else
for one
Choo-Choo
power.
can do that doesn't make any sense, because I'm thinking there's a lot.
I mean, Choo-Choo,
Oh, right.
Choo-Choo...
For the sorry.
yeah.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Just blow some fuel on this.
So Choo-Choo's like explanation for how they fight is they evolved to make noises that are so irritating that like it disrupts the nervous systems of monsters they fight, like predators. And so when Choo-Choo fights, it plays noises that are pretty darn annoying. So I'd say they did a great job.
Some things
That-
are necessary
What are
to...
you talking about?
Oh, fuck.
That was a damn good beer. Is Calsgrove still here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I need you to drink with me because none of these other squares drink with me.
I am drinking.
It's a
Sorry, nerd.
Tuesday!
It's a Tuesday!
I don't think you should call me a square just because I won't drink.
Not
You should instead
Obviously
call
not
me a
you,
square
Choo-Choo.
because I am.
No.
calling everybody. Okay, I need to narrow my scope a little bit. Abby, how much do you drink? Wait, am I supposed to call you Abby or like a
cider
handle?
2 weeks ago. Oh, Abby's fine. I had a cider 2 weeks
cool.
ago. It was
Okay. I guess that makes you the square right now, Abby. Nerd.
It tasted like apple juice.
Yeah. I had an apple cider 2 hours ago. It was pretty good.
Oh, excellent choice. Excellent choice.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Right now I'm drinking the Golden Monkey though. It's way better.
Oh, one of those.
It's not way better. Like if you don't like beer. If you don't like beer, it's horrible. But it's a very good beer.
Wait, which beer is this again?
Golden Monkey. It's like 9%
Oh,
ABV.
I think I've had that at your place.
I
Yeah.
think beer tastes
It's my number one pick.
The beer that I recently drink the most is Founder's Breakfast Stout. I do not drink it for breakfast.
I'm concerned by the concept of a breakfast stout.
I mean, yeah, seriously, like I like my beer, but no, that's too early.
So
That's too
that beer has an alcohol content of like, I don't know, 8%. So it's a pretty strong beer. So
Up there,
like,
that's up there.
I have a friend who like his concept of a normal alcoholic content for a beer is of double digits.
Now, that's actually difficult to find. Like, you can't find that, like, in your typical, like, beer aisle at the grocery store. You gotta go actually out of your way to do that. You can't just pick that up at Publix or whatever.
I just want to point out that I'm willing to
Look at
out
me
myself.
name-dropping Publix. Like, you guys know what the hell that
I was
is.
about
I
to say,
appreciated it.
going to out myself as living in a state where they don't sell beer in supermarkets, so what you're saying is just some kind of glorious other world to me.
It is odd to me that they would still have, not prohibition, but, like, laws that restrictive on the sale of something as commonplace and simple as beer. But, okay.
You get like a state store that more easily class taxable.
I suppose.
Yeah, you have to go to distinctly the liquor store. Or if you're
Yeah.
fancy, the liquor mart.
Ah, yes. The Liquor Mart. Anyway, I just cleared out that one, so I'll be right back.
I shared in the Discord a picture of the lady from the Ninja Turtles that I'm obsessed with.
Irma?
Just for a visual aid, because I didn't realize there was an episode where she dressed up in a wedding dress. But I just feel
No
like
reason.
it's just for me. Just for me to look at and imagine.
She's your wife now.
Yeah,
They actually recently...
I mustn't tell my actual one.
There was an Irma...
I'm sure she'd understand.
Who is also from New York and often talks in that kind of voice.
There was an Irma action figure, amusingly enough, if you're
That's wonderful.
going down the eBay routes on this, because I was an avid Ninja Turtle collector, and, like, I had to have everything, and they did a whole line that were the characters that were supposed to be, like, the super cartoon version, so you could get whatever her, like, overweight boss and the one fussy dude. Like, they all had action figures. And, like, the
Yeah,
super
they like
version.
repainted. There were two
Another
color
chart.
schemes for her too. That's weird.
Beat.
Huh.
Yes, Kishi.
Jeannie says they've been drinking a vanilla Java porter.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds awesome. So, Jeannie, mad props to you. You rule.
You're like the one not square in this whole enterprise.
No, Caliscope's cool. My fanboy's cool because like he's my best friend ever, and like I guess, and Kishi's cool because I love him. Them, sorry, my bad.
I've been
all
drinking Aqua Souls.
Thank you. So really, the only squares here are you, Goggle Bob.
I am
I decided to add this
sorry.
cool too.
Goggle Bob, Schmoggle Bob. That's what we say.
Yeah, like who let this nerd in here playing his fucking Xenogears?
Hey, you take that back. My
Abby,
alliance
you
is
just
twisted.
made the good list. Do you really want to shoot ahead
It's
of
the
this?
best part of the Squaresoft afternoon.
I'm just
Honestly,
imagining
it's
like
what
the
I always
horrible debates we'd have about which of those cartoons was worth going back to.
Here's my
I feel-
Xenogears cartoon.
I feel like if we had to make a tier list, Final Fantasy VII is the one we would all turn on the TV for, and then Xenogears, as imagined by me at least, would be the one that we just sort of left the TV on for while we like sort of walked around the house doing ADHD shit. Oh no!
My pitch for the
very
Xenogears
Phoenix.
cartoon.
Okay, what's the pitch?
My pitch for the Xenogears cartoon would be it would be the one that was produced in Japan and maintained all of the weird religious imagery and stuff. But then when they brought it over here, they just changed the words. So like you'll clearly see a cross and someone's like, I wish to destroy God, but they just rename him like Shmaboopsy. And the guy's like, we must defeat Shmaboopsy who created us all.
No, I'm just thinking about the
That's
fucking
okay.
like all of my favorite like video game like attempts to avoid religious names, because whenever I think about it, I immediately think of how fucking ActRaiser's name for the devil actually owns, because it's Tanzra.
That's great.
Heck
That
yeah.
name's incredible.
That's pretty badass. I am now reminded of, I want to say season 4 of Legends of Tomorrow. That sounds correct. Where they fought the demon Malice. He was the like villain for a season. And at the very end, he just shouts at them, "It's Malice, you idiots!" And they're all like, "Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense." Legends of Tomorrow is better if it has
I was
any
gonna
right
say,
to be.
that was the season where the villain was voiced by the actor John Noble, is it?
Yeah, and they had an episode called Guest Starring John Noble.
Yes.
Because they literally made it the plot that they like went back in time to when Lord of the Rings was getting filmed, and just had John Noble read some lines for them.
Because they identified that John Noble sounded like the demon, so in order to trick the villain into thinking he was hearing the demon, they got John Noble, the voice actor for the demon.
Yeah, no,
God, I love that show.
Legends of Tomorrow is so fucking good, and it has no right to be as good as it is. I mean, considering everything it's connected to. But it's just really great.
Goggle Bob, there's intense activity in your chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at what Breakman
Oh,
is
damn,
saying
really?
from
I gotta
here.
pop this out. I can't. Oh, man.
All right, break.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh the page so I can see the chat.
Great. I love it. Yes, whoever can read the chat in the Twitch, it's highly recommended.
Wait, how long ago was that?
How long ago was what?
I remember the last time. No, not the last time, but the second to last time that I was in Boston. Like the alcohol part of the supermarket was closed at like 9 p.m. or some shit.
Help me
Hey.
decide how I feel about the. Oh, that guy's cool.
He looks like one of the bosses from Brave Fencer Musashi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
kind of.
first guy with like the ball and chain thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to place, is he reused in Xenosaga in some capacity? Because this looks really familiar to me too. And it's not
Probably
Brave
is.
Fencer.
No,
Yeah, I love
Raton
Brave
does not have a character portrait because he's one of those man-machine fusion gears.
Fucking love Brave Fencer Musashi. I wish that would come out again.
Okay, like, I'm trying to, like, parse... what
Sounds
you
like
said
you
about Man
love
Machine.
Samurai Legend Musashi.
No!
Oh boy, howdy! I have only played a couple minutes of that.
No! Bad.
It's enough to get it. So help
I'll
me
still
decide
play
if I
it
like
again one
presents
day.
or not. Because, like, her posture is very cool. And, like, the head wings I like, but then the fact that they use them, like, as arms is so
Yeah,
stupid.
I feel like this is kind of a pet peeve with Mega Man characters too, but I feel like if I see a robot that doesn't have usable hands, I get kind of anxious for some reason. Like, I have
Yeah.
like Sparkman for Mega Man 3. It's like, buddy, how do you get through the day?
It's okay. He doesn't really do that much.
I mean, I know he just runs around in the room, but still.
His entire job is killing Mega Man, and he's bad at it. But it's okay, he's a robot. He doesn't have feelings or emotions. Wait, do they have them in that series, or like did they not have them yet?
You know, it's hard to say. They definitely have them in X because Mega Man X cries all the time. Like, it is
True.
the number one activity.
I think...
My favorite thing. Okay.
Sorry, fanboy, go ahead. Didn't mean to step on you there.
No, I was gonna say you go ahead.
Oh,
I
okay.
insist.
I know at Mega Man 9, like, Wily's plea to, like, get the robots on board and start, like, doing evil shit is literally just, hey, you guys like, which is an emotion, liking something is, in fact, like, you know, an emotive thing, being useful, right? And they're all like, hey, yeah, we do, damn. Why we gotta, like, get decommissioned? This sucks. So that's arguably that's arguably some level of self-awareness or sentience,
And even
or
like
the ability
basically,
to like something or dislike something at the very least.
even the Robot Masters from the beginning, and even the Mega Man 2 Robot Masters, which were just explicitly designed to destroy Mega Man, like they have likes and dislikes. So
My
like that there are things that they enjoy and don't enjoy. So, but it's also kind of the question of whether or not, you know, they're just kind of programmed to enjoy these things.
my favorite thing. Sorry, I'll finish.
No.
I was just going to say, like, maybe Fireman was just programmed to be, like, enjoying the fact that his head is on fire at all times, but maybe it's like, you know, he's just naturally
Look, being
cool.
able to recognize that something is sick as hell is not necessarily sentience. That's
My
just
favorite- My favorite thing pertaining to this is that Mega Man was an assistance robot who was turned into a combat robot at his own request due to his strong sense of justice. Does not count as emotion somehow, and that's why Dr. Light needed to make a different robot to feel emotion.
I mean, I always kind of assumed Mega Man X and the whole however long years of diagnostic was like Mega Man original had like one bad day where he pissed off Dr. Light, and Dr. Light was like, wow, these robots having emotions is really bad. And like, you know, Mega Man's just like, all I'm saying is that I would like the ability to duck. And, you know, Dr. Light
I
is
really
like,
thought you were going to say, I want the ability to poop.
yes, that's
God
it.
damn it.
I've been playing Digimon.
Like, at this point, I'm just more concerned by, like, the fact that you're skating dangerously close to talking about the Cataclysm.
The Cataclysm. Yeah, you know, I did not get a take in the original readings of X that there had been a Cataclysm. I just thought, like, it was long enough later that, like, anybody who cared about Mega Man or Dr. Light, like that was just kind of a thing that happened for a few years in that universe, and then people got over it. Like,
I guess the two possibilities are something happened that killed the original Mega Man, or like someone just stopped maintaining him and he just fell apart tragically. I mean, and I don't know which is funnier.
It doesn't kind of have to be tragic in my mind. It's just kind of like already at the point that Mega Man X had come out, I had already had like a beloved home PC that just eventually was not working anymore. So it's like, well, I love you, but I'm going to have to move on.
in your heart, Mega Man is the same as your Hot Wheels PC.
Dude, my first PC had 3 1 gigabyte hard drives, and I just cannot tell you how I thought that would be the be-all, end-all of computing.
Look, it was the 90s. It was a different time.
Kim.
Oh my goodness. This individual had some stuff to say, and all of it is Kim.
This tiny moppet.
This little moppet.
I love that we were just talking Mega Man lore over that whole scene before.
It's important to talk about Mega Man lore.
It's what happens when you see a robot with no hands.
It is.
How do you feel about that time that someone was like, you know what Mega Man needs? A gun. And then
Mega Man, his arms are literally guns. Why would he need another gun?
We're talking about Emeralda now.
I gotta say one thing I love about Emeralda, like, symbolically, is it's like Faye's trying to start this new romance with this lady he just met, Elohim, and then like this kid from a previous marriage shows up, but it was his marriage to the same person.
You roboted out for me. I didn't hear the end of that.
His kid from an earlier marriage shows up, but it's a marriage to the same person.
Yeah, no, it's a very confusing. And then
at what point, like, does the word "step" come into it? I don't know.
I mean, I was actually thinking once again.
I feel like that's more like your parents remarrying.
But to each other.
Yeah.
So, and they don't remember each other.
So it's the okay. Like, so if he's trying. Okay, let me see if I understand this right.
A white
we go
soft
total bro
connection.
mode here. I haven't gone bro mode in a while, so this is going to be a little rusty, but I'm going to go bro mode. So Faye's like, how you doing? So, what?
Ellie.
My Discord just disconnected and reconnected.
Let's hear what was happening.
We can hear you.
I literally just said the words, how you doing?
Well, how you doing? Not well, clearly.
Not well, no. Very bad. Very poor.
Who is this old lady?
I love
she got a bus on.
Ellie deals poorly with criticism from a child.
Very irritating. This constant disconnect, reconnect tango that I'm in.
Please don't die, Pete.
I can't not die. I'm already dead. More accurately,
I'm confused.
So let me see if I
can't even name me because I have emerald hair.
So Faye is like trying to like get to this lady and be like, "Damn girl, you fine as hell," And she's like, yeah, I know. Also, here is the child that we had together. Is that what's happening? Am I understanding this correctly?
No.
Well, the difference is neither of them knows that they were involved in this.
Oh, so they're both terrible deadbeat parents. Okay.
Well, dead is the operative word, but yes.
Sounds like someone here doesn't understand the lore of Xenogears.
Oh, I don't. I am very open about that. I cannot make it more obvious.
SMH.
What's important is that Fei has been a deadbeat dad for the last 8,000 years and didn't even know it.
He's 8,000 years old?
Excuse me, 10, but he only had a daughter 8,000 years ago.
What?
4,000.
Oh, is it 4? My bad. I thought it was like
Gotta keep the timeline straight, Goggle
the
Bob.
equivalent year 2000 was Zebulon or whatever. But
The thing is,
4,000
like,
makes sense.
Hey,
are you considering like the whole reincarnation thing like one life?
Yeah, that's the joke of this, yes. Like, he made his little cyber daughter, like, 4 lives back, 3.
Oh, I like this part. Just look at this.
That is a very, very cool shot of a tower. I also really like how they designed the skybox so like it gets darker as it gets near the zenith.
It
I know
does
it's
give
not
a nice,
like realistic or anything, but it's just a nice touch. I
I was gonna say, it
appreciate
gives a
it.
very nice sense of scale of something being huge when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Because there are definitely a few moments in Xenogears where they have to impart to you that this is huge.
Oh, my favorite scale thing is that fight later on.
The Yggdrasil one?
Stupidly big. Yeah.
You know, amusingly enough, if you hack the Yggdrasil into being a usable gear, it's actually bigger than the other gears. It's not just a matter
that's
of
great.
like it existing in a big box area.
They
That
care.
makes me so happy.
By the way, it's not really clear on what kind of schedule Solaris unfurls itself like this.
It just takes like a day and a half.
Alright, I'm gonna move closer to my fucking router because obviously this room is not working for me.
Oh, anyway, as I was going to say, Emeralda and her whole deal, I was kind of noticing with the whole tube thing, I think I'm the only major Xenosaga nerd on here, but I feel like they just took that idea and ran with it with Cosmos and Shion.
Yeah.
So, are you suggesting that the nanomachines that make up Emeralda's body are composed of the matter from the corpse of Mary Magdalene?
Yes! Obviously.
Okay.
No, I was just saying, from a conceptual standpoint, they definitely ran with the same idea. Like, I think my favorite thing to do with fiction is to look at somebody's earlier works and later works and see where they were obviously reusing an idea where they thought they had a good idea the first time, but they were like, no, wait, this could have been better. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, if I had infinity time, I'd basically go through, like, cutting room floor stuff for video games and be like, look, this is where this got reused. There it is. Obviously, I'm slightly, from replaying Nier right now, obviously seeing a lot of the things that are reused in later Tarot games.
Sounds like Maria's speech is coming up.
Yes.
Although there is one very important
Okay, I'm
thing
much
she did.
closer to the router now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I'll take that as a no.
Okay,
But-
we can't hear us.
But we can.
Well,
Look at
then
the
you should have
chat.
said something.
Wait,
We
this is very
did.
confusing.
Also, I don't know what reference I made, Jeannie. Please elaborate.
Hey, it's Yui.
I was about to say, like, if you didn't visit that one room, this is the first time you've seen Yui since, like, back at the beginning of the game, right?
It's my favorite love story in all fiction.
once again, if there was a kind god in this world, we would have gotten... here we go. Satan gets his sword, but at this point he doesn't start using it, right? Or do we just not get to use him?
Yeah, I think you just don't get to use them for a really long time.
It's gonna be a while before you can.
It's like, here, have your sword. Oh, cool, he's got a sword? Yeah, well, we're not going to see that till disc 2. Have a nice day.
Why didn't you fucking use it, you fucking nerd?
It's not like they were
Genie,
ever in life-threatening situations.
I'm gonna wait for Gogglebub to stop talking here. Jeannie, I didn't realize I was making a reference with how you doing. I just assumed that was just something douchebag said.
I believe it's from Friends.
I never watched Friends.
It stars a bunch of douchebags. What more do you need to know?
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. I suppose that's cultural osmosis then.
Jesse's a good friend.
Jesse's like, I'm coming along. I'm part of one of Billy's attack animations.
I am still very cool.
You won't see me anymore.
I mean, he is really cool. I mean, look at that scarf. That is a cool scar.
Okay, Gogglebob.
Yes.
Your mission, your most immediate mission, is to put Emeralda in your party and go to Bledovic and go to the restaurant and order something.
You heard it, man. Gogglebub, do
Is this the only part in the game where I have the option to do that?
Yes.
Well...
You know what your obligations are.
I can't say no to that. I just have to remember how to get back to the airship from this stupid town.
Faster, Boba, then faster.
Bledovic, which one was that? Where was the one restaurant in the game?
That's where you were the ponytailed
I was
slacker.
about to say where we had the fighting tournament, right? Okay. Let's go do this thing. Which
Wait. I need Kishi, I need some clarification here. I do apologize. If you're a ponytailed slacker, but you're also saving the world, those seem like they're diametrically opposed.
It was the name that Fei gave himself when entering the fighting tournament, because no one would ever expect him to be the ponytailed slacker. But then it turned out his dad was in the fight, and he knew who he was.
Spoilers.
I like Xenogears is definitely the kind of game where you can say anything and people don't know if you're spoiling something or just making up utter nonsense.
I mean, I've been doing that shit for years, and I love it. It's like how every time somebody tells me to do no spoilers, I immediately tell them I felt the musical numbers were too much. No, actually, Jeannie, I saw that almost immediately. And yes, everybody else told me it was Friends as well, and I never watched Friends. And honestly, I feel like that was the right choice.
Yeah. At least you got something out of it when you were watching.
But I didn't watch it.
No, I was responding to Jamie's.
I like that Primera just becomes friends with Margie because I guess they're the same age, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, they don't have a lot of other people to talk to.
I mean, like when you're a kid, you want to hang out with other kids, so you take what you can get. A lot of friendships start that way and then end as soon as you find other people your age, so you don't have to talk to each other anymore. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Nate. Next door.
There's artwork in Perfect Works of Primera and Midori and Maria just hanging out.
Oh, that's cute. Maria needs more friends. I feel like as an angel of death, she's maybe fallen on with the wrong
Slightly
crowd.
isolated.
I just got a weird network error. I am in the actual video. I know I've had a lot of internet problems tonight, but this was one that just affected the video and nothing else. Very strange.
Yeah.
I still broadcasting?
Yes.
You are still broadcasting, in fact.
Fishy, I don't think I've ever done this before. I just need her in the party?
I believe so.
Okay.
So wait, seriously, is Fei like a million years old? Like, is he actually immortal or some shit?
He is reincarnated over and over again.
Okay, but like, if we're going by reincarnation rules, then wouldn't every child he had at some like point in the timeline be a different child, reincarnation of somebody else, and therefore not the same person?
It's actually interesting you say that because Faye is an incel. This is canonical. His
Yeah,
no.
movement will always be thwarted.
He has
No,
the
no, I
damnedest
believe it.
time.
Emerald is as close
absolutely.
as he gets to reproducing.
You see a guy with that long of a ponytail, and you go, "Yeah, no, that guy's not getting laid."
Wow.
Tough.
Oh, this went horrible places almost immediately.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, Blodovic. It's that place you love driving your airship through.
Yeah, every time. I'll show you clipping. Okay, South Ledovic. I think that's where we hang out for restaurants.
I believe so.
So wait, they travel the desert and they're giant robots? Because that actually makes a lot of sense. That's a nice touch. I like that.
I mean, if you had a giant robot, wouldn't you take it literally everywhere?
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Be a coward now.
Kishi, are you playing Street Fighter?
No,
Not
I am.
Kishi. Cal Scrub. Cal Scrub. There are only
Street
so
Fighter.
many names. It's a very limited memory situation here,
It's
guys.
a big cake.
I can only keep 3 names in active memory at a time.
What Street Fighter are you playing?
Super Turbo.
The only good one.
What?
Damn.
Get out of my house.
Kishi out here spitting facts.
Disgusted.
I think the restaurant is on the other side of Main Street.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to remember her.
Hey, this
You know
is
something.
where we went the last time I was on this stream.
Exactly.
I'm going to bring Jeannie into the foiled here. Jeannie, if you want, I can just give you my Discord and you can join us and yell at us in person. That's okay. There's already 6 people in here, but if that's an option you want, I will give it to you happily.
I love when the game
I'm just
remembers
going to
his
give you my
Oasis.
Discord.
Oh my
anyways,
god, this is absurd.
Just because I like you as a person, and therefore, I feel like you should have it. Because maybe you'll show up at some time.
So, is this her sitting animation?
You got me.
She becomes a troll doll.
What the?
Oh,
What
wow.
on earth? I guess they didn't have a sprite for that?
That
So she defaulted
sucks.
to that? Wow.
That sucks.
Thank you for showing us this.
Kissy, thank you for this terrible
That's
Zeno
harsh.
knowledge.
This is actually explained in the Perfect Works book. You see, this was her sprite when she was in the tube, absorbing nutrients through a kind of slurry. And she's absorbing nutrients here at this restaurant as well, so it does make sense. Don't criticize Xenogears.
It's all 100% legal.
I literally don't know if you're bullshitting me there.
It's how she gets nutrients, it's canon.
I don't bullshit.
It was even better that you had had a drink and the camera was sweating all over the place.
Thank you for the Xeno gift we received.
I'm glad I could be a
On
part of
the other
this.
hand, no thank you. Please take it away.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Thank you.
That would be like if you just had to suddenly get nude and in a tube every time you wanted to eat something.
Like
Not
a
even
burrito.
not even a substantial meal. If you were just man, I could really use an apple right now. Just something
Okay.
to tide you over until dinner.
Really use an apple right now. So is this like the newest diet trend? Could be like, you know, tube eating, wherein if you really want to eat, you gotta get in the tube.
I think that's called Soylent.
Oh no.
No, we're not there yet.
Relatively sure, yes.
Oh no.
But Kishi,
Everyone who hasn't done the
thank you for that incredible gift. We needed that in our lives.
I guess.
Everyone who hasn't done this, please go on to the Soylent subreddit and look up the most ridiculous sounding fake foods in it.
And then after that, go to the Bitcoin subreddit and just like look at literally anything because it's all terrible.
Don't do that.
Oh man.
Like all the
Fuck,
fucking like all the Soylent subreddit shit is all just like I fucking ordered this 100% food 6 months ago and there's black mold growing around it. Should I still eat it?
Oh man. Remember the talk that remember the horrifying fight that our very forum that this Let's Play will eventually be posted to in the fullness of time, Goggle Bob.
Yeah.
Wow.
Had when Soylent was announced, people were like talking about it like it was the end of food, like as a staple in culture.
What?
I don't remember
And
this.
I was like,
Yeah,
I do remember this. I remember this quite vividly.
I think you're making this up.
No, I'm not. I swear to God.
It's fun
There
to
was-
think things.
There was one dude who was like, how dare they like destroy thousands of years of human civilization? And I'm like, bro, you don't have to eat it. You don't even have to buy it. It's just a meal in a can. It's not that serious.
Were they worried that like millions of people would just give up food?
They were worried that millions of people would give up food and that we would lose like thousands of years of history with it because food is like heavily tied into culture and like, you know, like the ways in which people view the world and shit. Which, you know, fair, but like I seriously don't believe that like everybody will just say, I ate Soylent once and now I will never have like actual food again.
Whereas how it actually went was people would say, "Oh, I ate Soylent once. I've learned my lesson."
Back to
I don't
food for me.
I don't need pizza or comforting things anymore. I just had some gray sludge. I'm all set.
Sludge.
So some Soylent, man. That's the only thing I need anymore. So it covered all the caloric intake requirements and everything else too.
I do feel like there are definite points in my life, usually brought on by depression, where I would just eat food out of a tube and be like, yes, this is done now. Thank you for providing my nutrients.
You want something that tastes good when I'm depressed because, you know, I'm depressed. I want something that will bring me joy in lifetime.
Oh yeah, now, whenever I've been depressed, I can safely say, like, my basic thinking has been, like, it's not so much that I don't deserve good food, but it's like, I acknowledge that I'm not going to enjoy it, so why even bother bring on the sludge? And it's just like, oh,
No,
this is making
the sludge
me
would make me
sad.
sadder, so I usually just like, no, please, anything that's good.
Alright, we are infiltrating. And incidentally, once we get inside there, first save point, I'm going to quit for the day, so that way most of Solaris is on one stream, I want to say. Because, oh man, does shit happen there.
Oh, it's a great sequence.
Yeah, definitely aiming for that to be next week, but getting in is its own
You
little
guys hear me?
thing.
Because, like, my Discord absolutely hates me tonight. I have no idea why.
Oatmeal is
Like,
good
so
sludge,
many
Genie.
RPGs will just be like, here's your dungeon, go back.
I'm assuming that's a no.
Can we hear you now?
She's gonna say the stuff.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, you know, this is a proper story. I appreciate it.
I mean, Maria.
No, we were actually talking about this before we got on the stream.
That was right when I joined, I think.
She is Darkwing.
Yeah.
I remember it. It was yesterday.
I'm coming, Solaris. Seebsen and I shall be the dark wings which carry you all to your deaths.
Right then.
Glad she's on our side.
You know, in Adventure Time, when Princess
talking to
Bubblegum
myself
was
again, like
randomly
an asshole.
No, B, we can hear you.
What was
Okay,
that
good.
about Bubblegum?
My internet sucks tonight. I have no idea why. It's very annoying.
Abby,
Yes,
what were you saying?
bubblegum.
You know, at Adventure Time, when Princess Bubblegum will just randomly speak German, whenever Maria says Siebzane, I just hear it in Princess Bubblegum talking German voice, and it's a pretty good voice.
It is a very good voice.
Yeah.
Breaking through the AT field. Oh, wait.
Even further beyond.
I like the idea that everybody's in Susan's hands, and they're probably all like, "You sure there's no cockpit for this thing? We can't go in at all? You sure?
Nope.
Just stay right here."
Also, everything's upside down, because
I would,
Solaris.
This was also covered in Perfect Works, because the real reason the Siebzane is such an ultimate weapon is that its cockpit has a toilet built into it, and Maria doesn't want anyone to ever find out.
So,
Does-
just like the
does
hammers
Maria
here,
not
they
want to,
totally
like,
forgot about him.
let people know that she poops? Because
Yeah,
Certainly
she's
not
gonna
the
cover them in
robot.
the hand.
And Hammer's still here.
Yeah, that was my reaction. Like, oh yeah, okay, I guess you're here now.
Do you think he was gonna be?
I am
playable at some
actually
point?
upset that Bart didn't say it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Actually
Came close.
upset.
You know, I hate to say it, but I'd rather have Hammer in the party than Rico.
Absolutely. Hammer fucking rules. Everybody loves Hammer.
He has mad skills.
Does have the maddest skills. When I saw like that line, I immediately knew that Xenogears was both the best and the worst game of all time simultaneously.
We don't have time to explain.
I agree with the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeannie can hear me. Thank you, Jeannie. I appreciate that.
I'm jumping upside down and just want me to throw up for no reason.
This might have been a mistake.
This is so cool.
Like a lot of
Actually-
games will introduce new ideas and then polish them until they're good, whereas this doesn't do one, but it throws
That's
out a
the
lot of
coward
ideas.
route.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, I spoke over something.
like, there's questions as to how far we are in Xenogears, and I have to say, we're like 80% done with the game and 50% done with all the text in the game.
So this really was a case where like they
Like, we're coming up on what could have been the end of
wait, have I
Xenogears Part
seriously
1.
seen 80% of Xenogears? That seems strong.
Have you really seen it, though?
No, like,
Excellent question.
Absolutely not. I have like been fucking zooted for like 90% of this Let's Play.
So really, you've seen like 8% of it.
What's important is you got tube nutrients.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Tubin.
My favorite game, Tubin.
I was to say, I actually enjoyed that arcade game.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe I'll go a little farther.
Oh.
I like that transition where you're in the tube and you're isolated and then it turns upside down, so they don't have to show the rest of Solaris upside down. It's just that you're oriented to it now.
Yeah, you're normal now.
You're still
It's
upside
like,
down, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
You've gotten used to it.
Well, it's more like there's no like reference other than like what other people say is the reference. Sort of like how Australia is not upside down. We just put north on top because of racism, honestly. Well, not racism, Eurocentrism, but that's basically racism.
I mean, eventually you're going to put something on top. Everyone sort of moves the maps around until
Hey, welcome to
Europe
Solaris.
decided to settle on one, and then everyone sort of had to go with it.
Yeah, everyone else was just like, well, I guess we're doing this shit now.
This is such a perfect first impression
I
of this place.
forgot that happened. Oh my god. Oh, that was great.
Gee.
Wait, so he dropped upwards into the sky?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Gravity
It's
is
all
a
fine.
harsh mistress.
The laws of physics be a harsh mistress.
He'll just keep yo-yoing up and down until his blood's in his toes.
That seems unhealthy.
Well,
Why everyone's always so grumpy up here?
I want to move up a rank to second-class citizen.
gotta raise our black block's rank.
Sitting around in front of the watchtower, listening to all along the watchtower until the watchman beats the shit out of me.
And reading the watchtower.
I
Not
do
so
have to
much
go
that.
soon, Goggle Bomb.
Well then maybe
Just so
I
you
will
know.
look for the next save point, because this is just, in a weird way, Solaris definitely is the heart of Xenogears.
It is the thing around which it hinges, and once it's gone there, it doesn't quite know where to
I
go
was about to
next.
say, once you get past it.
They were offered the chance to just no, this is end Xenogears Part 1 at the end of the first disc.
Well, famously the film Jaws didn't have a great shark effect, so they tried to minimize the amount you saw of the monster, and that ultimately made it a lot scarier. And I think they sort of learned from that and tried to have a similar thing with the story, where you can imagine a story in your head that's much better than any game could ever be.
It involves a lot of rocking chairs, let me tell you.
I mean, legitimately, I would say that is wholly accurate, because there was definitely a time where basically my brain coming up with Xenogears fan fiction was all I could do in my spare time. I thank God never wrote anything down.
That's right, buddy.
Because the
I'm the
internet
only
was right
person who
there.
never actually committed fan fiction to actual tech.
Committed fan fiction.
I mean,
So you're saying you only committed third-degree fan fiction? You thought about it?
Yeah, no. Everybody thinks about it. Everybody wonders, hey, what if this show I had me in it? But I never
And they
actually
did one,
wrote
yeah.
anything down.
Goggle Bob,
Yes.
I really want to hear about your Xenogears fanfics.
I mean, it wasn't so much like a dedicated fanfic as coming up with exactly what had to happen in the other episodes, because we get little filled in bits of the 4,000 years ago period and what have you. And in order to get to those points, there had to be things that happened. And if, maybe Bart's ancestor who looks exactly like Bart was involved, maybe that happened. That kind of stuff.
And who did they kiss?
There was a lot of kissing.
I hope so.
There
we
better
talked
have
about
been.
Bart's whole thing was written by the lady who also wrote the Figaro brothers in Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
your favorite. She's great.
Yeah, and she's responsible for a lot of Xenogears and Xenosaga lore, and told Xenosaga. That is still one of the weirdest stories, because, by all accounts, it was one of those situations wherein she retired, but between the margins she was fired, but she was also married to the director?
Yeah.
It's one of those, kind of difficult to parse exactly what happened there things.
I mean, she's still in with them. She
yeah.
contributed a blade design to Xenoblade 2.
There you go. It wasn't one of the terrible blades, was it?
I'm just going to assume it was the incredibly horny rabbit.
No, it wasn't.
Probably not.
Oh man, I need to play
Doesn't
Xenoblade
sound like her
now.
taste.
If you're looking for a horny rabbit, that's in Xenoblade 2, to be clear.
Anecdotally, she does a lot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure yaoi.
Least
That's good.
surprising thing I've ever heard.
I mean,
I love
yeah, pretty much.
God bless her.
doing the Lord.
I feel like I want to see like some sort of intra-community like JoJo, like Yaoi, like discussion about whether they should be built like they are in the originals, where they're all built like Kenshiro brick shit houses, and then like, or if they should be like the modern ones where they're all very like small.
And
I
what
want
if
there
the
to be
two
like a
times-
generational divide about this.
Should Kakyoin have an egg?
I mean, Clamp already took that. Don't steal that plot point. Kakyoin, did you lay this egg?
Oh, hey, remember Timothy from Lahan Village?
I try not to.
Only barely.
No, that's Samson.
Wait, from the Bible?
Oh, probably not coincidentally. He does have.
Bring
hair.
back Dan. Bring back Dan's receding hair.
Just appreciate how strange it is that they're calling back to Timothy at this point in the game.
A character you definitely remember.
I mean, I reiterate that if you hadn't seen Satan's wife in one random room, you hadn't seen her since the beginning of the game either. I feel like the first time I played Xenogears, I literally forgot Satan was married until, like, this part.
I mean, like, it is weird that, like, he has a wife and never brings it up.
And a kid!
That pissed me off
He's got a
in,
daughter!
That pissed me off in fucking Voltron too, where they suddenly tried to like imply what's his face had a husband, and like but he never mentioned him even once. Like I can't even go an hour without mentioning my wife. Literally, all I talk about is my wife.
Wait, which
The
guy
idea of
was
somebody like being married but they never talk about them is so fucking weird.
It's the
B,
overlap of
you're just-
professionalism and not offending assholes.
Beat is just straight up in Final Atomic Wife Guy mode at all times.
I'm moving that way. And that's the way I was meant to be all my life. Like I was incomplete until it happened.
Aw.
Male wife and girl boss.
Oh god. That's gonna be a fucking NBC comedy in like 10 years.
Absolutely.
Way too late.
Yeah, naturally, that's what I mean.
I mean, he said NBC comedy.
Perhaps they should have said CBS comedy to get the full effect.
Yeah, I suppose so, yes.
Oh my god, I just remembered, when was the last time we had an on-foot section in this game?
It's been a
A
bit.
while ago.
Like Tower of Babel during that one bit where you're trying to get back to the gears? Is that it?
Yes,
Something like that.
that's
It's been
it.
a while.
Thank you, Beat, for confirming.
I didn't confirm shit. I just said
Beat is the person that just has absolute confidence in a statement that may be shattered at any moment.
Would it be the Ethos headquarters? Like the last full on foot segment, or the
There's a
zombie
there's-
ship with Billy?
there's a dungeon in the Shiva air shafts. It's just an air shaft.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not a very good dungeon, but it's there.
I mean, that's true of a lot of dungeons in this, though. It's not a very good dungeon, but it's there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I love prefab hall where you can't see nothing.
Yeah, this is...
It really
Aggravating.
breaks
Here
attention.
sucks. This is a problem.
What you're feeling right now is tension, and that's the key to good storytelling. Suspense.
I can't even see the door.
You know, in many ways, we're all groping around for the door in life.
Yes.
I'm learning so much today.
I love Bayonetta as a franchise, but I hate fighting Bayonetta.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I feel
that's
like
the
in real
point.
life I would feel
Bayonetta
the
is
same way.
fucking annoying to go against.
She would be very difficult to survive fighting against. It makes sense.
I mean, especially when you're a little Mac main.
That's called being a human.
Oh, Lil Mac's great.
Little Mac rules. I love Little Mac.
Yeah, but he's also a human.
Yeah. He's like fighting these like basically gods, and it's
I was
just
about
not
to
a.
say, what's the greatest...
It's very difficult for him.
What's the greatest...
Well, he can turn into
disparity?
like a computer man.
what's the greatest disparity in Smash Brothers? Would it be like Jigglypuff versus one of the
What
god
the
characters?
shit? Her Final Smash continues after it kills? That's unfair. That is fucking unfair.
Okay, well,
I think
Pete's gonna get real heat up.
That's the classic.
I mean, greatest disparity would be like a normal ass thing versus like Palutena or something.
Yeah.
Any human against Ganondorf. He's basically a god. Palutena is like actually a god, like on paper, but you know, that hardly counts.
No, I'd say it counts.
I mean, it counts, but so much as that she's not like an active war god, so to speak. Whereas Ganondorf is like pure concentrated malice.
This undefinable giant green man.
She's a Greco-Roman god. That means all she does is get drunk and bitch about her exes.
And never lose.
Oh, she loses all the time. She loses 2 pits in her own game.
She was
I'm just saying,
possessed.
like, Greco-Roman gods aren't exactly known for facing any sort of consequence regardless of what they do.
Really? Son of a bitch.
Are you enjoying the stealth section?
He's stealthy.
Metal Gear
Gotta hide.
Solid at 8.
Da 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 da.
Speaking of Smash Brothers characters.
Yeah, I think I have to go.
That's okay. We're gonna quit the next
Yeah,
save
we don't
point,
blame you.
so join
We do not blame you in the
next
slightest.
danger station.
See you next mission, Keisha.
Thanks
Bring
for
your duck
streaming.
wings.
Okay.
See
Oh,
you, Space
fuck this.
Cowboy.
I miss Keisha.
I'm with Kishi already.
Kishi Shmishi, that's what I say.
Oh,
Wow.
Keisha's great.
Damn.
That guy scrub.
Face.
That guy scrub.
Yo,
We should play Street Fighter V sometime.
I should. Rose looks fun. I
Yeah,
think
she is
Walter
fun.
said Rose looks fun. Dan
She is
also
fun.
looks
Oh no, he's a lot of fun. I've got it installed anytime you want to play.
But Rose looks fun and good.
I mean, Dan's actually good too in this one.
That doesn't sound right.
No, like they've finally like understood the concept that Dan should be a joke in terms of like what he looks like he's doing, but should actually function as a character.
Well, I mean, there's a difference. Dan looks decent. Rose looks good.
Fair. Dan does have some very fun things that you can do just because he can use his taunts to cancel, like, end lag on certain special moves.
That's what you get when you practice taunting that hard. Like, that's a canonical explanation.
My favorite thing they fucking did with him in this is, like, they incentivized the opponent sitting around and watching him do his entire super taunt.
They incentivized it?
Yeah, because the more of his super taunt he's done, the more damage he takes if you hit him.
Oh, okay.
So if you hit him with your super on when he's like finishing his super taunt, it is a guaranteed one-hit KO no matter how much health he has.
So it's like they hard-coded, like, building up to a punchline. That's amazing.
It's fantastic.
How wooed.
Or not earned that.
By the way, Samson got vaporized and we were talking about Street Fighter.
Listen, Street Fighter's really good.
Street Fighter's better than whatever Samsa is.
Samson! He's been
Samson.
dead for 30 seconds and you can't even remember his name.
You're right, I
Gregor
can't.
Sampson.
Mr. Tikel, we're responsible for this.
Gregor Sampson.
Okay, Mr. Samson.
It's too late, I'm booting up Street Fighter.
It's okay. I maintain that we're almost at the end of tonight's stream. No idea where.
Yeah, no, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you because if you're wrong, I'm gonna be mad.
but we have to get to eating some soylent later.
Chase me in the goddamn ring, Callie Scrub.
How do we get back to Soylent? I thought Soylent was over. I thought that was.
Oh,
Oh,
it's not
buddy,
over in this
Soylent's
game.
coming back.
In Pog form.
Oh no, I'm not dealing with that shit.
So are we all excited to buy a Sonic the Hedgehog NFT when Sega starts selling them?
We just show up at the Solaris DMV.
Has anyone here played Wuppo?
Can't say that I have.
It's great. It's like this indie game. It's sort of like a Metroidvania, but so much of it is just like weird, like RPG sim elements. Like there's a theme park in it, and you can get a power up by going on like a roller coaster, but you just have to stand in line and move ahead with the line, so you can't just like idle and wait.
So it's like Illusion
to
of
get
God.
on the roller coaster. It's like if the whole game was like that, I would say, oh, that's terrible. But like for one sort of shtick, it's extremely funny. And talking about the DMV just made me think of that.
Where is this a Steam purchase, I presume? Or?
It's on Steam. It's on Switch too. I haven't played the Switch version. I assume it's pretty good.
Sounds like the kind of game that would work is fun.
It goes on sale a lot for under $5. I highly recommend it.
So I wonder if I accidentally bought it already.
Actually, if you go on the Steam page, the first blurb.
Alright, back what I missed.
If you go on their Steam sale, the first blurb that they cite on their like bio thing is from an article I wrote about them for Rock Paper Shotgun.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Oh, what website were you writing for?
Rock Paper Shotgun.
Maybe I've read it. Oh, neat.
Yeah. But it was about Wuppo, which I was recommending. But welcome back.
I forgot this area has this great music that I probably can't hear right now.
Too bad.
Thanks, great to be back.
Okay, that is an unsettlingly long time to land. I'm concerned.
Is there a save point anywhere around here?
I'm getting my ass kicked in this tourney, so that's what's going on with me.
Also, we're doing some
One day
big Blade Runner vibes here because we got a giant translucent hologram woman going around in circles. Like, congratulations, guys.
I just got perfected.
Who are you playing as?
I'm playing as Ken. I'm Ken.
Yeah, you're one of those.
Chun-Li just whooped my ass.
Sure, there's a save point around here somewhere, I swear. Nothing like the old classic JRPGs where it's kind of like, I want to stop now. There's nothing distinctly happening. Could you just let me know? Alright. I'll keep running around. It's cool.
In real life, there are no save points.
there are no continues.
Okay, was I the only one who as a kid would pretend like trying to figure out in your brain what would be save points in your actual life?
Nope, never tried that.
Really? Ah.
No.
Like, I definitely, at one point, I figured, like, an obvious save point in my own life would be, like, my clothes dresser, because, like, I go there, like, you know, that'd be, like, a definite click A here type of thing.
That sounds very fun. I was too busy studying and going on dates. That's not even true. I wasn't even as creative as you. Which I say with scorn directed everywhere.
Wow.
I like those rotating doors. That was really neat. I have declined.
We all have.
What's important is that the most important Xenogears character has wound up in Solaris.
Yeah! How?
He's got like a little, like, you can see it in the high definition. He's got like a little, like, bull skull on the back of his coat. Never noticed that before.
Why are these like people walking in circles? What's
They're
going on
dancing
with them?
or doing aerobics or something.
That's hardly a dance.
Where can I go?
Like, that's barely a dance.
There's no reason to judge.
I mean,
I'm gonna
basically,
judge.
they had to show that the high-level Solaris is a society in decline, so they basically made it appear like it's the 80s. Like, people are, like, running around in cars and doing, like, calisthenics and stuff. And it's like, oh no, they're doing the Jane Fonda workout. This is a society that everyone hates.
See, Takahashi said, I really want to show that this is a decadent society, and they said, ironically, we'll only give you $5 for it.
Circle, 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 circle. Alright, that is officially where I am going to stop for the evening so we can pick up the rest of Solaris next week. And we will find out the terrible...
Where you were, Howard Gogglebob.
We'll find the terrible secret behind Soylent Green. I'm not even kidding. Anybody want to guess what
I
Soylent Green
wonder
is
what
about?
it will be.
What the Soylent
I'm
system?
betting it's dogs because everybody loves dogs.
No, that would have been better.
You know, the original trailer for the movie Soylent Green, like back in the 70s, actually had the scene where he's running around with the bodies like on conveyor belts in the trailer. Like it was never a twist. Everybody who saw that movie know it was up.
I guess it was Hitchcock who was the first to pioneer basically like do not tell anybody else the terrible secret. What movie was that? There was one of those at the
Psycho.
had that.
Yeah,
Psycho?
like the trailer was just him saying, "Yo, I made something awesome, and you're not allowed to tell anybody else about it."
God, which reminds me, they don't have the Hitchcock thing at Universal Studios anymore, do they?
I don't believe so now,
God, that was
but
always my
I've been to
favorite part.
Universal in years.
I liked Hitchcock. He seemed like he was like surly and fourth wall breaking before it was cool. Anyway, I'm quitting for the night. I want to thank everybody who was on the stream tonight, even if it turned into a complete party chat. I am here for that. That's good.
Party chats are good. You want party chats in life.
Yeah,
like
no,
if you were not wanting party chats, I wouldn't want to be a part of it.
It's the best feature of Dragon Quest.
Yeah, there you go. I just hit X a lot and talked to the party today. But, yeah, so next week we'll pick it up at Solaris. We'll see the end of Disc 1, which could have been the end of original Xenogears. And I think if you're here for the plot, God help you, it is... all hell is going to break loose, I promise. And on that note, everybody, if you want to say good night, everybody...
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.